Hey guys, this is my 3rd gen Coyote illuminator, and as you can see, I've already removed the oil cooler and reinstalled the oil filter, and this is for my next project. My next project is the Factory 5 Racing 3rd gen Shelby Daytona Coupe, or Type 65 Coupe. Now, this is a reproduction or a replica car. 6 of them were built in 1965 by Carroll Shelby to race the Le Mans race. And I've always had a thing for this car. And obviously I wasn't going to get an original one. Only 6 were built. I think about 8 if you find some of the concept cars or prototype cars that they were working on. But 6 were raced. And I've always liked them and enjoyed them, had models of them, and thought someday I'll have one of these things. I spent about 20 years trying to track this car down. And in that 20 years, things just didn't work out. Couldn't find the money, didn't have a place to put it. And August of last year, I found this one on Facebook Marketplace. And I'd recently sold a house, so I had the funds, and I was willing to push my new pickup truck outside so that I could make space for this thing. And when I picked it up, it was not in this shape. The gentleman picked it up as a COVID project and just never really got started on it. So when I went to go pick it up, it was pretty much as Factory 5 delivers it, only 3 years older. The guy that bought this got pretty much every option you could get, with the exception of some of the options that kind of overlapped and you could only have so many of them. And I don't believe that I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of videos on this guy. I think what I will be doing is some of the anomalies and some of the special things that I've done. Maybe some of the things I change or modify or find a particular interest in, I'll make videos about. And that is because there are a few guys who have already done a fairly good job documenting the build of these cars from pretty much the very beginning to the end. And I'll give them credit. I've watched their videos and spent a lot of time learning from them and figuring out what they did or didn't like and what did and didn't work. And I'm sure you guys can find those YouTube videos up there on your own. I know there's probably at least 3 guys that I know of up there that spend a lot of time documenting their builds and are now out playing with their cars or just getting close to being finished on them. But anything that I find of particular interest, I think I'll go ahead and document for you guys. For any of those of you who are building these cars and figuring some things out, trying to make some decisions and figure out how some of these things might work, we'll cover some of that. One thing I did do that I thought was interesting is I went ahead and put my brake master reservoir and my clutch reservoir right here. And as you'll notice, there's a little bit of a space in between them. And I did that so that if I need to in the future, or decide that I want to, I can add a 3rd one right in this space right here. And it'll face that direction instead of this direction, but I can get 3 in there. Other than that, there's nothing special about this build at this point in time. I did just finish installing the gas pedal, which was a bit interesting and kind of got me off on this YouTube kick where I thought maybe I'd have something to offer. But for now, this is the car. I've got the bonnet or the hood sitting right there. And if we step back a little bit here, and I know the light's going to be a little bit bright, I have the rest of the body hanging from the ceiling. The doors are up under or above that light, and I got a bunch of my other components up there hanging from the rafters and in the top of my shelving and stuff up there. And my very cluttered and tightly packed garage. This is a 3-car garage, and I have 2 of the spaces. I have to leave one of them open for my girlfriend's truck. As you can see here, my truck sitting in the background outside where it lives, and collected a little bit of hail damage last year, but hey, I use it every day. And that poor 2019 has 104,000 miles on it already, and has treated me rather well. But we got to put a big thanks out there for Power by the Hour, who came through on this Coyote Illuminator that I spent about 6 months trying to find. And as you can see, I got this car, like I said, in parts, pretty much as it was delivered by Factory 5. Gentleman had it in California, posted it on Facebook Marketplace, or I'm sorry, just on Facebook, asking if anybody would be interested in it, and I threw myself on that one like a grenade. He gave me a great deal, and I couldn't tell him no. I was out there the very next weekend picking the car up and handing the gentleman a check for a fair sum of money. Hopefully that money helped him get his business started. And that was back in August. And I probably got to this point where I got basically a rolling chassis. Brakes work, steering works, suspension's all in there and working. And when I got to the point where I had to start putting the motor into it, I kind of got stuck. Ford went ahead and canceled production of the 3rd gen Coyote in lieu of the 4th gen that was already being put into the Mustangs. And I got caught in the middle. Twice prior, I thought I had an order in place with a large reputable dealer, and I waited for a month both times, and both times they then extended the delivery date out a month. So I kind of got hung up on this one and spent about 6 months sitting here waiting on this, and this car's been sitting pretty much like this for the last 6 months. But we're now back in the process of building it, and we'll get some of these videos up here for you guys. I've had a little trouble, trepidation, what have you, with deciding whether or not I wanted to go ahead and do any YouTube videos. You guys may have seen some of my other car on 1320 videos, Rocky Mountain Race Week 1.0 2023. Got a couple clips of my car in there, and I put a couple clips up as well. But like I said, you got to put a big thanks out there for Power by the Hour for this 3rd gen Illuminator. They came through with a reasonable price and got it delivered in about a week. I also ordered the transmission, bell housing, control pack, clutch, throwout bearing, what else we got here? Starter, alternator. The Moroso oil pan came with the car, however it was missing the pickup tube, which you can see here, and the fuel pressure regulator sitting there. And there's my box full of my control pack parts. A lot of stuff in there that we won't be using, just brand new stuff, air intake stuff and stuff that came with the car already. But we'll see how this goes. Hopefully YouTube's nice to me, and we can see where this goes. But for now, signing out, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and you guys will get to see more of this thing and the process it took to build it. Signing off.